Is this a good episode to be doing right now?
I love how uncomfortable you
I'm
are.
very uncomfortable, actually.
Get every single episode plus video and talk to us in the comments at daughterpod.com.
Today, you get to virtually meet somebody that I've told you about several times.
What?
Not like a real person.
Oh.
But like a person.
Okay.
You're going to get to see them in action. A name. Every time I say this name to you, you create the person in your head that you think it is. And we've had probably 2 or 3 conversations about it. And today you finally get to walk away with a full understanding of Archie Bunker. Are you ready?
Yeah, I've never seen...
This is what television was like when I was a kid. And you're going to get to see Archie Bunker. And I'm curious, with your Gen Z brain, how you're going to interpret some of the things that he says. And you may understand why Gen X seems a little rough and not offended by things.
Okay.
So in this first clip, as you're meeting Archie Bunker,
Okay.
you get to hear what he believes makes America great. Let's go.
An American history lesson. You don't know nothing about Lady Liberty standing there in the harbor with her torch on high, screaming out to all the nations of the world, send me your poor, your deadbeats, you filthy. And all the nations sent them in here. They come swarming in like ants. Your Spanish PRs from the Caribbean there. Your Japs, your Chinamen, your Krauts and your Hebes and your English fans. All of them come in here, and they're all free to live in their own separate sections. Where they feel safe, and they bust your head if you go in there. That's what makes America great, buddy.
How do you feel about Archie?
Average old white man. Sounds like what that is. He doesn't feel real. Is he? He's a character or he's just a guy?
He's a character.
Okay. Are those his real views?
No.
Okay. So he's being funny on purpose.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he's playing a stereotype of an old East Coast
White guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's doing it well.
The actual actor himself is super smart, was pretty liberal. Yeah, really, really good actor. But yeah, the idea here is to show you like the stuff that they said. You probably couldn't even understand a lot of what he said.
I was about to say.
A lot of his racial slurs you probably never even heard before. But he said things that we're probably going to have to bleep out when we put this on TikTok.
Just now?
Yeah.
Oh man, then I don't know if I heard a lot of it because there's some of it that sounded so 50s, 60s.
Okay, this was in the 70s.
With how he was talking, anyways. This
Yeah.
sounds like a whole accent from a long time ago type of thing.
Well, let's keep it going. The next one is his racial ranking system.
Is this a good episode to be doing right now?
I love how uncomfortable you
I'm
are.
very uncomfortable, actually.
Estradas are thinking it over. You and Henry are trying to find somebody else to buy the house.
You don't call that crooked? No, that's looking out for number 1.
Where does that place Henry Jefferson?
He's number 2. Why
Jefferson's
is he
black.
number 2? Because, meathead, there can only be one number 1 and one number 2. And life made Jefferson number 2 long before I come along.
So I suppose that the Puerto Ricans are number 3 then,
Well, no, not necessarily there, little girl. Your Puerto Ricans could be 4. Your Japs and your Chins could be 3. 3A, 3B. Crazy! He makes me crazy!
This is horrible.
I know.
This is absolutely horrible.
This is helping you understand
This is not helping me do anything.
the Gen X parents out there as to how horrible TV was in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
That's really bad.
He rated them in order. Now he's got some views on slavery too.
Shit. Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I think that, if God had meant us to be together, he'd have put us together. Well, look what he done. He put you over in Africa. He put the rest of us in all the white countries.
That's Sammy Davis Jr., by the way.
Well, you must have told him where we were, because somebody came and got it.
What?
I mean, there was work for us. I mean, and how could you resist? Free transportation, room, board, chains.
So they were tackling these social issues.
I'm glad it was a progressive scene.
Right.
I guess.
Right.
For him to play a character, but it's definitely tough to.
So yeah, and you're going to learn about, you know what, she doesn't know anything about the Jeffersons. In fact, she probably thinks they flew around on little rockets.
I'm sorry, what Jeffersons are we talking about?
Yeah. So
not Thomas.
Not Thomas Jefferson.
No.
But you're gonna meet the Jeffersons. Was a black sitcom that was a spinoff from All in the Family. That's what we're watching clips of. The show's called All in the Family.
Oh.
With Archie Bunker and his wife Edith. It wasn't just about race. They also got to meet some gay folks every now and then, but they're having social commentary on things at the time, and he's playing this ignorant racist stereotype on purpose to be able to draw out some of these issues.
Which is good.
It's good.
And horrible.
But the point is, even though the overall point of it, he was kind of like this hateful old man that you kind of loved and wanted him to do better, but he was just kind of a jerk. But even today, if you wanted to address some of these things, you just couldn't do it the way they did it.
No,
this was on network television.
You can't.
Like, this was on just a regular channel. This wasn't cable. This wasn't protected. Like, this was just on free TV that kids were watching.
It's making me cringe.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's the point of the
clenching
episode.
Right now.
All right. Let's see how he does whenever some gay folks show up.
Okay.
How do you do? My name is George Robinson, and I represent the Gay Liberation Front.
How do you do? This must be Mrs. Robinson.
No, I'm Cynthia Nash of the Daughters of Sappho. We wanted to talk to you about our candidate in today's election.
Hold it, Edith. Let me handle this, huh? Edith, don't you know what they are?
She's a daughter of Sappho, and he's a gay liberator.
Step aside, will you, huh? Just let me do the talking here. Excuse me, get lost.
Archie, that wasn't polite.
Edith, do you have to be a dingbat all of the time?
They seemed like such a nice couple.
Couple of what?
You mean this?
Yeah. Tutti and fruity.
That's a modern term we use for sure.
Yeah. So did Little Richard.
Really?
Fruity.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Fruity.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that one?
I understand. I feel like at first I thought they were poking fun. I didn't realize the purpose of his character was to play that role and then and I obviously now like having the other characters be like, why not? They're just a nice couple. Kind of bringing that idea like, yeah, there's just a couple regardless of what's happening. Like, that's just what's happening. Like,
so the guy that he calls Meathead, the guy that was in the little jean shorts and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So the girl is their daughter. And then the guy is the guy that they brought that she's dating. And he, on the show, his character is an atheist, and they deal with a lot of religious stuff too, where he's like this super liberal, progressive atheist, and Archie's like this hardcore Republican, and they just butt heads all the time. That's kind of the whole point of the show. And then the neighbor is the Jeffersons, a black couple.
Yeah.
So in this next clip, Archie takes a second to explain women to a woman.
Mansplain.
Here we go.
Okay.
I don't want to hear nothing more about women's problems. You don't hear men complaining about their problems, do you?
That's because men don't have any problems compared to women.
And that's God's will, so forget it.
You mean God's mistake?
Hey, God don't make no mistakes. That's how he got to be God. Don't be blaming nothing on God that you women brung on yourself.
What?
Yes, that's right. You don't believe me? Read your Bible. Read your story of Adam and Eve there. You know, Adam and Eve, they had it pretty soft out in paradise. They had no problems. They didn't even know they was naked. But Eve, she wasn't satisfied with that, see? And then one day, against direct orders, she made poor Adam eat that apple. God got sore. He told him, get your clothes on and get the hell out of here. And that's why that Eve was cursed, and that's why they call her what he called it, the curse.
Well, there you have it, Gloria, direct from the Reverend Archie Bunker. The true story of menstruation.
Shush!
He's like, if, what's his name? Popeye?
Yeah.
And Grumpy Cat had a baby.
That's a great comparison,
Archie
actually.
Bunker.
Yeah, Popeye and Grumpy Cat. Yeah, you're right. And this one's pretty bad. They are at some event. I think it's a wedding or something with the Jeffersons, and he says something pretty offensive. So
I'm scared.
Oh, look! Hello, Mr. Jefferson.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Bunker. Hey, Jefferson there. How are you? Listen, that formal invitation you sent by your wife, I think that was very white of you.
Pause it. So it's it's important to know that what people are laughing at here is not that it's funny to say that.
Right.
But that we're laughing at people that think that is an okay thing to say.
Yeah, nowadays it's just not. We just don't. We're just...
Yeah. And I heard, and actually, growing up in Texas, I would hear it as a joke. Oh, that's mighty white of you, when someone would do something polite. And I was like, why would they say that? I never knew what they were meaning. And it turns out people would actually use it as a compliment, like you behaved like a white person, as though that's a better thing. And in fact, today, it might mean the opposite if someone were to say that's mighty white.
But mighty white, it's like you're dancing bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're being weird.
Yeah, so this right here is George Jefferson. That's his wife, Wheezy.
Okay.
And then that's, I believe it's George's mom behind them.
It's so crazy, too, because I noticed, like, obviously, the times back then, Black people had to not do anything about it and just fucking take it.
Well, yeah.
And I feel like even nowadays there's a lot of racism that's still taken, unfortunately. But there's more like, I will elbow you in the face. How about that?
Right.
Which we love.
Right. Because even if they did back then, they could lose their jobs, they could lose their housing, they could
and
lose
of
so
course
much.
you
It just wasn't worth it.
Well, it's also the times. They were a lot more supportive of you elbowing somebody in the face for being racist rather than back then. They were like, get him, you know, and that's not what we're here for.
Right. So here's how George responds.
Oh my gosh.
The way I felt when I did it. George, why don't you take Archie over to the bar and offer him a drink?
Hey, Jefferson, I seen you hosing down your porch yesterday.
Oh, yeah? When am I going to see you hosing down yours? Bartender.
Yes, sir.
Give the man a drink, please.
What'll it be, sir?
Whiskey.
Any particular brand?
Yeah, the expensive brand.
And what about you, sir?
Scotch and soda, please.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jefferson, there's a switch for you. This guy giving you the big yes, sir.
Why? He's a bartender, ain't he?
Yeah, but what I meant was I'm used to having it the other way around.
Oh, yeah? How many servants you got in that mansion you living in?
What do you mean by that?
Let me tell you something about people.
There you are.
Thank you.
That bartender's willing to work for me because if you got enough green in your pocket, then black becomes his favorite color.
Wow.
George, that's your third drink. I know that. Oh, put it down.
Mama, will you leave me alone, please?
I said put it down. You've had enough.
Look, Mama, I'm a big boy now. I don't need you to blow my nose for me. Now, will you leave me alone?
George.
Hey there, Jefferson. That ain't very nice, talking that way to your little mammy here.
Who you calling Mammy? You. Well, don't you dare call me Mammy. I'm nobody's Mammy. I'm his mother. Now, if you've got anything to say to me, you call me Mrs. Jefferson.
Oh, she's Mrs. Jefferson.
Don't talk to me.
That's done.
And don't you try to make a big either.
Mother Jefferson, what's wrong?
No, I'm getting out of here.
George,
Yeah.
what's going on?
She should
He
be
called
mad.
Mama Mammy. I didn't think I was doing nothing wrong. I thought all colored people call their mothers Mammy. Well, I did, Jefferson. That's what I always heard. Geez, Al Jolson called his mother Mammy for years.
See that, Louise? You see? That's what you get for inviting white.
What you get for inviting Whitey? So as offensive as that is, I think it's important that it was on TV because there's no doubt there were white people watching this that honestly didn't know how offensive they were being by saying this type of shit.
Yeah, ignorance, pure ignorance.
Just not knowing. And I know it sounds like I'm defending them, but like just growing up hearing it that's the word you use, and then seeing this type of show and being like, oh, that's offensive.
It still happens all the time.
Of course.
Still, yeah. There's a lot of people thinking, you're trying to be hateful, and you're like, oh wait, no, that's just what my grandma said.
Yeah, no, I'm just dumb.
Yeah, I'm just don't know. I literally just have no idea, which is crazy. I mean, it's important to educate. I mean, that's what that is, and it's showing completely different worlds, kind of like, hey, this is our point of view, and this is how it's clashing, and that's pretty important for that time. What time did this air?
I don't know, Danny. Can you look
70s?
up what time? I think it aired from the 70s to 80s, so we could find out exactly. But All in the Family.
I'm just curious because obviously a lot of these things should have happened a lot sooner. But
71 to 79. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Okay. This last clip. Well, just. He explains.
I don't know how much I can handle.
This is the last one.
Okay.
This is Archie explains why cave women had short legs.
That doesn't sound bad.
Okay.
Imagine Irene Lorenzo thinking that she's going to get that job over me with all that gray hair of hers.
Well, she just might get the job, Arch. Nowadays the government is pressuring companies into hiring more women in executive positions.
I know it's a crime against nature. Women was created for two things, making meals and babies.
Oh, boy. There you go again with the 19th century thinking of yours.
Well, it's true. Look at your cave women. Why do you think your cave women was created with short legs and fat butts?
I don't know, Arch, but I'm sure you got a good answer.
So they couldn't run fast, so the men could catch them and force them to make the meals and the babies.
Well, weren't there any cave women with long legs and skinny butts that could run faster than the men?
Well, them, the men would have to bring down with a rock.
Now I'm starting to catch on. And what about the cave men with short legs and fat butts that couldn't catch any women?
Well, they was probably your first fags.
Okay, wow.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. I feel like Archie Bunker, the character, should be in jail for a lot of reasons.
All right.
I feel like he just admitted to a crime he's already done.
I mean, that's assault, battery, more than other words we'll probably get flagged for saying.
Yeah.
Horrible. But it's also this borderline of like understanding that when you see Gen X out here behaving in a certain way, thinking it's funny, even though we don't mean it, and Gen Z is like, you can't do that. And the Gen Xers thinking, no, I'm behaving in that way to make fun of the people who think that way. And you're like, but people don't know the difference.
People don't know.
I want this to shine a light on our audience to say, or to shine a light for our audience to go, this is what raised us. This is what we were watching on TV. This ridiculous man say these things. Yeah. And so we were used to this stuff on a weekly basis.
I mean, it's definitely very important, even to this day, to bring things to light. You know, I feel like even a lot of Gen Z isn't saying don't show that. I think they're actually like, no, like this is important. Even like Tom and Jerry, there's a lot of racist things that are in a lot of different episodes and kids episodes and like princess movies and things like that. And they're wondering like, should we take it away? And it's like, no, you should show it, but change the next movie, you know what I'm saying, or put a warning,
put some kind of notice at least to say we understand that this shows some sort of stereotype, whether it be about women or about race or whatever, to go, this is, it wasn't, what's going to drive me crazy in the comments is people going, oh, it was okay back then, why is it such a big deal now? It was never okay. It was never okay. But we normalize things that weren't okay back then. And when you normalize things that aren't okay, what that does is it perpetuates this idea that the stereotype is true.
Right.
And so that's what we don't want to do. But then when you have like the Tom and Jerry stuff, like the black maid who says all the racist stereotypical things and then beats, Tom in the head, it's like, and then when you hear her whistling certain songs, it's sort of like bringing some people back to like slave days, like the slave songs, and it's like it's so cringy now to think that
we're okay with
when
that.
I was like 5 and 6 years old, I watched this stuff in like 1985.
Didn't think twice.
I never knew. I was just raised as a white kid in Texas, never knowing. And then when I got older and started realizing, I was like, oh my God, you go back and watch Dumbo now. Oh my God, Dumbo. There is blatant racism in Dumbo. And so I think we should still show it as long as showing it doesn't perpetuate the stereotype. We show it to say this is what we used to do publicly, that we thought it was acceptable to mock this, and it's not.
Yeah, because I mean, burying it, acting like it didn't happen, leaves room for it to happen again.
Right.
So you have to educate while also not bringing it up to par. So that's why when you're acting in everyday, also there's so many people that are ignorant. So if you have people just acting as if this thing is fine, you're like, well, I'm not racist. Like, that's not the fucking point.
Right.
That's not the point. You're missing it, and it's because you're ignorance. And so it's a good mix that we're still, I feel like, working on as a country. Unfortunately, we should have figured this out a long time ago. But yeah, I think Archie Bunker is doing, as long as he doesn't, it doesn't agree with his views, I think he's doing a good job of portraying the person he needs to portray as far as the kind of antagonist of the group, and then having everyone else be like, what's your problem, Yeah,
it was definitely centered on him. And the cool thing about it is when they started bringing in the Jeffersons, they made George Jefferson a black man who didn't like white people. And what was cool is we got to see racist stereotypes of both sides making assumptions of one another, and then they become these unlikely friends, constantly confused about what your culture is, what your culture is. A lot of that's in my stand-up special, talking about exposing people to different racist cultures, and that's kind of what they were doing in the 70s is, that. Yeah. And then the Jeffersons got their own sitcom where it was awesome. George and Wheezy and moving on up. And it was about a very wealthy black couple that like lived up in this, sky high apartment in New York.
Yeah.
And so it's, thinking back to when you see some of that on TV, you're like, that's hateful. The writers were doing it on purpose to highlight this stuff.
No, it's weird.
They did it in an offensive ass way.
Right.
But Archie's clearly not the good guy.
But it's also not like it would be a bad thing if they thought about this and created it just because they thought it was fun.
Right.
This already exists. Archie Bunker exists today.
Absolutely.
Archie Bunker is a person and personality trait that still exists, and definitely heavily more existed a while ago. So they didn't necessarily create anything. They just put it on television, which I think
that's really smart.
Is wonderful for many different communities. Sounds like they did a lot of different angles, and so it sounds like they're pretty progressive, which is weird to make the star the
bad guy,
the antagonist.
Yeah,
that's
brilliant.
Really strange, but also causes a lot of conflict. Now you have multiple episodes and people hooked on something that they're like forced to look at And that's smart.
Yep. So the actor's name is Carroll O'Connor, who played Archie Bunker, and he was actually like a kind of a liberal activist when he would speak out about it. He doesn't talk anything like that.
No.
He's very calm, very intelligent.
Is he? He's not alive.
No.
Okay.
No, died years ago.
Yeah, because he seemed like, what, 60s?
I don't know. I don't know how old he was at the time. Okay. I don't know. George Jefferson, Sherman, what was his name? Who played George Jefferson? I'm blanking on his name right now. Why am I? Sherman Hemsley. Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, it's really funny. Some of my favorite moments is Archie saying ridiculous stuff like that, and then having someone, either a young woman or a black person, snapping back at him and having everybody laugh. And it was just, I think it was really educational for a lot of people.
Definitely.
I think it really was.
Probably uncomfortable for the white people to watch and be like, why are they airing this? And then to have them be questions and be like, what are you doing? Like, I mean,
the bar was definitely lower for what you could get away with. I mean, it's like, or higher, I guess, for what you could get away with back then. But ultimately, I think it was for the best.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, that's Archie Bunker. Now you have a full understanding of who Archie Bunker was.
I feel like I've already met him a few times.
That's what I meant when I was saying at the beginning of the show. Today you get to meet someone we've been talking about. There's Archie Bunker.
Wow.
All right.
That's crazy.
That's enough for today.
So I think what that means is it you being a cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What?
I think what that means is this podcast possibly, I don't know, possibly. I'm making it possible for you right now. Just maybe, possibly, maybe here in a second has ended.